And across borders, Tunisians are facing major disruptions in fuel deliveries, sparking long queues at all petrol stations. This is the latest economic hiccup to hit the North African country that is facing a major financial crunch. Here are the details of this story and more in our Africa Roundup.
Authorities insist that fuel deliveries are adequate and have blamed motorists in the capital for sparking shortages by flocking to fill up. The government said that the amount of fuel on the market is enough for the next 10 days and another delivery is due on Monday. Experts have blamed the situation on the country's poor public finances and low credit rating, meaning suppliers demand to be paid in cash rather than on credit. Elsewhere, South Africa's government is extremely concerned at a prolonged strike at state-owned logistics utility Transnet that has affected ports and rails, hampering exports and hurting the economy. They called for the resumption of exports of agricultural, minerals and other products as soon as possible, noting these contributed to maintaining hundreds of thousands of jobs across the country. The strike is costing mining firms 815 million rand in exports. Finally, Nigerian-based Quadloop has found a way to turn electronic waste into solar lanterns and other products which will have a lower impact on the environment. Quadloop founder Dozie Iguelo came up with the idea after discovering a market for affordable, locally produced electrical goods for which components were not available in the country. The company aims to source 70% of its materials from electronic waste. Quadloop recycles lithium batteries from dumped old laptops for its solar lanterns. Those lanterns are then used by small businesses, helping them to stay productive if there are power outages.
Further afield, the Japanese yen touched a 32-year low against the US dollar after official figures showed that prices had risen faster than expected in America. Japanese Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki said the government will take appropriate action against the yen's volatility in the currency market. Here are the details of this and other business stories making headlines from across the globe.
The Japanese currency has come under increasing pressure in recent months, mainly due to the very different approach taken by the Bank of Japan in comparison with the US Federal Reserve. The dollar strength on the global financial markets is having an impact on other major currencies around the world, including the sterling pound and the euro. In a rare move last month, Japan spent almost $20 billion to prop up the country's struggling currency after the yen hit a 24-year low against the dollar. The US Federal Reserve has been aggressively raising its interest rates to combat soaring prices, which has made the dollar more attractive to investors. Elsewhere, Tesla boss Elon Musk is being investigated by federal authorities over his conduct in his $44 billion Twitter takeover deal. In a court filing, Twitter said Musk was under investigation and asked a Delaware judge to order Musk's attorneys to provide the documents it had sought on Thursday last week, the same day that the court paused litigation between the two sides after Musk reversed course and said he would proceed with the deal. In a response to Twitter, the attorney for Musk said that Twitter's court filing was misdirection and asserted it is Twitter's executives that are under federal investigation. Finally, the switch to eco-friendly electric cars in the UK is being slowed down by inflation and soaring bills. A record number of drivers want their next car to be electric, but the cost of living crisis is forcing many to delay. The Royal Automobile Club said a record 14% of drivers say their next car will be electric, up from 10% last year and just 3% in 2018. A further 29% said they intended to switch to a hybrid vehicle of some description, which combines petrol and electric power. Last month, the UK reached the milestone of the millionth plug-in electric vehicle registration, although full battery-powered electric vehicles still only account for 17% of the market.